Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn, and in this video, we have another practice speaking test, this time with Artem. So let's check it out. Good morning. My name is Glyn. Would you please tell me your full name?
Yeah, my name is Artem.
And what should I call you?
You could call me just Artem.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
And which town or city do you live in?
I come from Omsk. It's a Siberian town, but now I live in Moscow because I study in it.
And do you like Moscow?
Yeah, I would say I'm a big fan of Moscow because there are lots of opportunities there, and maybe different kind of facilities. And another important thing about Moscow is convenient transportation system.
And what are some of the most famous places in Moscow?
Well, of course, the most famous place in Moscow is the Red Square, and I enjoy walking in the Red Square every month approximately. Yeah, it's the most attractive place for tourists also.
And is there anything you'd like to change about Moscow?
Well, sometimes there are a lot of traffic jams in Moscow, and it's not a big problem for me because I cannot drive, but I know that it's a big problem for many citizens, dwellers in Moscow.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on now and talk about restaurants. Do you like eating out at restaurants or cafes?
Well, I hate cooking, and that's why I like eating out, especially in restaurants, because it's not only about eating, but also about connection and this atmosphere.
And do you have a favorite restaurant?
Well, maybe my university canteen, but it's not a restaurant, honestly. But if we're talking about particular restaurants, I don't think so, because yeah, I usually visit them not so often, I would say.
And what kind of food do you usually eat in this canteen?
Well, I usually eat soup with some desserts and, of course, some meat with a dish meal.
Let's talk about traveling now. Do you like traveling?
Yes, I'm really into traveling, but honestly, I haven't visited a lot of countries, but I hope I did it. Sorry, I do it.
And do you think it's better to have a holiday or vacation by the sea or in the mountains?
Well, it's really a hard question for me because um, I like traveling in mountains and seas, and I cannot choose between these two options.
And does your country have any places that are popular for holidays or vacations?
Well, of course, Russia is the largest country in the world, and that's why there are lots of places to visit, and they are just gorgeous. For example, the Black Sea is kind of sought after by many tourists and citizens.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to speak about this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. But before that, you will have 1 minute to prepare for your talk, and you may take notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
I will now share the topic on my screen. Can you see the topic?
Yeah, I can see.
I'd like you to describe a family member you spend a lot of time with. Your 1 minute of preparation time starts now. Okay, so that's the end of your preparation time. To remind you, you will have between 1 and 2 minutes to give your talk, and I will let you know when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, I'd like to kick off with a story about my grandma. I really love her because I have been spending a lot of time with her in my childhood and now. And I think that this cozy atmosphere that my grandma usually create is the most exciting thing about our relationship and about my visit her. I mean, she usually has plans for everything, and what we are gonna to do, and that's very valuable for me because you have a lot of opportunities to do, be it gardening or cooking. And as for cooking, her food is really delicious. And I think that um, and I think that that's why family gatherings in my grandma's house is so popular among my relatives, because I think that everybody loves her, and she is a beautiful inside and out, and I really feel this connection between her and me because I was raised by her partly or mostly, and despite the fact that now
Okay,
we
thank
are
you.
not.
All right, so you've been talking about a family member that you spend a lot of time with. Let's talk about families now in general. How important do you think it is to learn about your family history?
Well, based on my experience, it's very crucial for everybody because when you know your background, your historical background, and your ancestry, it gives you strength to pursue something in your life, and I think that you feel this connection, this valuable experience and wisdom you've received from your ancestors.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think families might change in the future?
Well, let me think. I think that um, the conventional structure of family is going to change. I mean, maybe in the future there will be uh, more unusual family with one parent, for example, or without any children, and yeah, it can happen. So yeah, I expect many changes will be
Mm-hmm.
happen.
And do you agree that people nowadays prefer to spend their time with their friends more than with their family?
Well, I don't think so. Of course, friends are an important part of our life, but I, at least in Russia, people tend to spend time and gather together with family. So I would say that it's about two different types of relationships, because family is about adoption and something special, I would say, while friends are more about just sharing common interests and just chatting about this life.
Let's talk more about friends now. Why do people sometimes stop being friends?
Well, um, it varies on circumstances because of course we all can have some life problems, and usually they can be a kind of reason for breaking up and stopping be to stop being friends. But I think that every person that come to our life has some kind of purpose. I mean, this person can teach can teach us and mm, gives and can give us some life rules. And then when it's happened, I think that people from our life just leave us.
Mhm. And how has technology changed the way that we make new friends?
Well, of course, technologies revolutionized the way how we communicate with each other. Uh, for example, I used to meet a lot with my friends, but now I have a tendency to just communicate with them on social media and using messengers, for example. And frankly speaking, I find it quite harmful, I would say, because we're deprived those kind of connections between each other, and we tend to be more superficial, I would say. We do not delve into these relationships, and we tend to concentrate more on yourself rather than on others.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the test. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that practice speaking test with Artem. Of course, in the next few days, I will upload another video with comments, feedback, and band scores for this speaking performance. Of course, if you have your own comments or your own prediction on Artem's score, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm doing free mock speaking tests and writing checks at the moment, so if you'd like to have your own speaking test, or if you would like me to check your IELTS writing tasks, feel free to contact me. You can contact me by Gmail or on Facebook. Information on how to do that is given below. Please do be patient. At the moment, I have a lot of requests, and it's just not possible to reply to every single person. Sometimes people write about 10 or 15 or 20 messages in a row. Not a good thing to do. But if you would like a speaking test, feel free to get in touch. I try to read as many as I can, and I try to get back to as many people as I can. But I'll leave it there for now. Have a wonderful day and see you again. Bye bye.